The IMF raises its global growth forecast to 2.9% and Abu Dhabi's international holding to invest $400 million in Adani Enterprises. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. The IMF has raised its forecast for global growth on surprisingly strong consumption and investment, while China's lifting of zero-COVID restrictions provides another boost. The IMF expects the global economy to expand 2.9% this year, slowing from 2022 to a rate that remains weak by historical standards. But it says adverse risks have moderated since last October's forecast. It says the year ahead will still be challenging, but it could be a turning point with growth bottoming out and inflation declining. Abu Dhabi's international holding will invest $400 million in Adani Enterprises' follow-on share sale. It comes as the Indian billionaire's business empire continues to bleed billions, having lost around $70 billion in market value. The funding from IHC represents about 16% of the offering. It follows a nearly $2 billion investment in Adani's companies in 2022. IHC says it believes in the fundamentals of Adani Enterprises and sees strong potential for growth from a long-term perspective and added value to shareholders. Saudi Arabia is set to invest $266.4 billion by 2030 to produce cleaner electricity. It will add 66,000 kilometers of new transmission lines and 290,000 kilometers of power distribution network. Officials say they'll use clean hydrogen in heavy industries to produce green products like green steel, green aluminum, and fertilizers. Saudi also plans to be the leading clean hydrogen exporter. Energy localization programs have enabled global partners to launch over 200 manufacturing facilities in the kingdom. Mashreq Bank saw a 2022 net profit of $1 billion, up 270% year on year. Mashreq officials say it was a transformative year. Retail banking operations grew by 42% last year, while Mashreq's digital solutions Neo and personal banking net profit grew by 43%. UAE real estate sales group, the Metropolitan Group, saw record-breaking revenues last year, reaching $2 billion. It's 130% rise from 2021. Off-plan and secondary unit sales more than doubled compared to the same period in 2021. It saw the highest ever sales for super luxury units, priced upwards of $2.7 million. International buyers and investors were mainly from Europe and CIS as they continue the trend of shifting their base to Dubai. They comprised 80% of the group's client base. DIFC has launched the DIFC Metaverse platform in a bid to attract tech innovators from around the world. The platform is aligned with the Dubai Metaverse strategy, which aims to add $4 billion to Dubai's GDP, support 40,000 virtual jobs by 2030, and attract 1,000 companies specialized in blockchain and metaverse technologies. The platform also supports the objective of the recently launched Dubai Economic Agenda D33 to generate economic value worth $27.2 billion from digital transformation annually. The Russian government has banned domestic oil exporters and customs bodies from adhering to Western-imposed price caps on Russian crude. The measure helps enforce President Putin's decree that prohibits the supply of crude oil and oil products from February 1st for 5 months to nations that abide by the price caps. The G7 economies, the EU and Australia agreed in December to ban Western-supplied maritime insurance, finance and brokering for seaborne Russian oil priced above $60 a barrel. Major U.S. stock indices sank overnight, weighed down by declines in tech and other mega-cap shares. Investors are looking towards a major week of events, including central bank meetings and a slew of earnings reports. The heavyweight tech sector was among the biggest decliners. Apple, Amazon, Alphabet all slumped. They're due to post results later this week. The S&P 500 lost 1.3%, the Nasdaq lost 1.96%, and the Dow dropped 0.77%. Samsung Electronics saw a 69% plunge in Q4 profit as consumer demand for electronic devices dropped and clients tightened their spending, dragging down memory chip prices. The world's biggest maker of memory chips and smartphones said Q4 operating profit fell to $3.49 billion from $11.27 billion a year earlier. It's its lowest quarterly profit in 8 years. Revenue fell 8% to $57.3 billion. And FTX is suing crypto lender Voyager Digital, seeking to claw back $445.8 million it made in loan repayments before it went bankrupt. FTX and Voyager both filed for bankruptcy amid the 2022 crypto market collapse, but Voyager's bankruptcy preceded FTX's filing by 4 months. FTX says because its loan payments were made so close to FTX's own bankruptcy filing, they're eligible to be taken back and potentially used to repay other FTX creditors. I'm Ramya Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.